Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, it's going to be Effort versus Bisu on La Mancha. Yes, I'm a little bit under the weather, but I can still cast. Hopefully, I will be better in a day or two. I appreciate your well wishes in the comments. I know they're coming. Alright, man. So, top right of La Mancha, we've got Bisu. He is playing white today. And in the bottom left, it is Effort, who is our Zerg player. He is orange. He does like being orange quite a bit. That seems to be his favorite color. Bisu is quite often white as well, so everyone is very comfortable right now. We've got Hero watching. He's here observing this match for some reason. I don't know why. I actually found this replay in a folder of Hero replays, and under a subfolder was called Observing and Other, and this was one of the games he observed, so cool. I'm down with a Bisu versus Effort game. We haven't had a Bisu versus Effort game in a while. I've cast two separate best of fives between these two players, because for some reason I have a bunch of games, shorter games kind of between the two. But as far as long macro games are concerned, I don't know. I don't feel like I have many of them featuring players of this caliber at this point. I keep looking for them. But you know, longer macro 30-minute games are just not as readily available perhaps as I wish they were. That's fine. We do our best with what we have. We find what we have. We do good casting no matter the length of the game. And everything works out in the end. All right, what are we doing here? Probe. Checking around on La Mancha. Got tar pits everywhere. It's desert tilescape, which we don't get a lot of desert these days. So I hope you desert tilescape fans are happy here. Oh, I do need to do another snow tilescape match sometime soon, don't I? Snow fans are here. I can hear you. I can hear you in the comments being like, where's our snow? Snow is harder to find than desert, yo. But I do my best. I'll do my best for y'all. Okay, so overpooling it. Everything is cool and just chill right now for Effort. Ka-chunk. Gonna throw down that hatch. This is a 2016 game. I know this was part of a 2016 Hero replay pack. So, again, I don't get the dates like on the metadata of the replay file, so sometimes I just have to guess. But in this case, it was in a folder that was labeled 2016, so pretty sure that's what that is, which, man, that is a 5-year-old... God, it's a 5-year-old replay at this point. That is when I started casting Brood Wars 5 years ago. So, like, man, absolutely hilarious. I mean, that is... Time has no meaning anymore. It just doesn't. That's it. It's over. Time doesn't mean anything. You can all go home. I mean, keep watching the cast, but also you could go home if you want. If you're already home, then stay home. Yeah, I'm definitely a little bit under the weather. I'm feeling extra loopy here today. So, gate opening. Dude, Bisu wants to kill so bad. This is what Bisu does when he wants to kill a Zerg fast. You don't see it a whole lot from other Protoss against Elite Zergs because it's hard to do. But his control with Zealots is so stupid good that I have cast several games of his where he just sends Zealots across the map and kills the Zerg. That's all he does. It's like he's link flooding them. It's like a ZVZ, but with Zealots. Again, he makes it look easy enough that I feel like any Protoss player should be able to do this. But then no one ever does. So I don't know what we're looking at. Bisu's a god is what we're looking at. He is a god. Man, that is great Zealot positioning too. Look at this. Look at this guy. He's got one kill. That is actually a little bit disappointing, but... Alright, fine. We'll get a Forge. We'll get a Nexus back home, says Bisu. Love the third base timing here from Effort. Beautiful stuff from him. Oh, let's see. What else is going on? It's the holidays. Those of you who celebrate Christmas and Hanukkah and gearing up for New Year's, I guess. I don't know. It can be a pretty stressful time of the year, but I try to take it chill. Try to get my gift shopping for my kids and my family members and friends done early. I don't have to worry about it last second. That's nice. And then Christmas is pretty chill at the Falcon Paladin household. Ugh. Anyway, 3 Zealots coming to the third base, which is utterly undefended. There are a lot of Lings out, though. By that, I mean there are 10. So 10 Lings, not technically enough to deal with 3 Zealots, because it's 4 Lings per Zealot, depending on the micro involved here, but this is Oh, this is so fast. This is just... I'm not going to wait for Zealot speed. I'm not going to wait for anything. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to annoy you at your third base. You're going to have a bad time. I'm going to make it feel like you're not safe to mine unless these Zealots are gone. You have to babysit. Right? You have to babysit these poor drones. Okay, that was... Oh, I didn't get the surround. That Zealot actually escaped. Are you kidding me right now? That Zealot ends up getting a couple kills. Ah, back into position. Back into position. This is, again, it's just annoying. You're not going to win the game with this. You can't win the game with Zealots hanging out behind the mineral line. It's just more like you can't get a surround on the Zealots, so it is incredibly inefficient to kill them. It finally gets rid of them. It has to make way more lings than he wanted to. It's getting a macro hatch up here. I'm assuming he's just droning now. Yeah, just drones, drones, drones all the time. He really needs to start spending this cash or like expand again, or I don't know. I guess he's saving up money for Hydralisks. Maybe for a lair too while we're at it, getting some of that lurker upgrade out. Don't try Toledo. Don't know what's on his mind. On the other side, it's Corsairs. Are we surprised by any of that? No. We're also working on Zealot Leg. Surprised by this? No. These are upgrades that are very normal in this matchup. Sometimes it's DTs. Sometimes you get DTs out instead of Zealot Speed, but Zealot Speed is very, very common as well. Corsair finds 2 Overlords for the price of 1, but they do split, recognizing splash damage is a major threat right here. 2 Corsairs chasing ye old Overlord, and 2 Corsairs kill Overlords faster than 1 Corsair does. Basic math skills with Falcon. And the Hydras show up, try to save this guy, and they do. Hydras are pretty good at anti-air in general. They're just really good anti-air units. They're pretty good anti-ground units. Hydras are just kind of the backbone of the Zerg army. Is it Lings? Man, more Zealots. It's time to get Sunkens or Lurkers or something up over here because Bisu is just not interested in allowing you to have this third base easily. Alright, so the Hydras check and see there's a bunch of them coming. I mean, I guess maybe the play is to kind of hold this bridge so the Zealots can't come in and get a surround on your Hydras. And I guess there's enough Hydras to kind of do that. The Zealots are backing out. They're coming around a different direction here. Let's see if they cruise on down to the natural. Working on missile attacks, working on range upgrade for Hydralisks. Psionic Storm is on the way. Saw the number of Hydras. And Bisu is preparing for a potential Hydralisk push here. We are making 6 Hydras at a time, and this third base is not super saturated. Got about 35 workers, making a whole lot of Hydras. Ooh, getting Pneumatized Carapace, getting missile attack level 1, and it might be time to go here. Oh yeah, it is go time, and that's why Bisu's getting the Storm, because without Storm holding this is just about impossible. Lurker aspect is coming in here too. And maybe that was a feint. Maybe he was like, I'm not going to go kill you. Maybe I'm going to make you spend a whole bunch of money and time on High Templar and Storm that you're never going to get use out of later, I guess, which doesn't make any sense because Storm and High Templar are super good in this matchup no matter what the Zerg player does. There's never a ZVP where the Protoss is like, man, I sure wish I'd spent all that money on High Templar and Psionic Storm. Just never has that ever entered into anybody's mind. It's completely and utterly ridiculous. Corsairs. We're still making Corsairs, by the way, which I find a little bit odd. But having a big Corsair ball alive to kind of pick off, I don't know, Scourge, who are there. To pick off observers, which are there to make sure that lurkers don't get detected. It's complicated, but that's what it is. Maybe there to kill overlords, too. Just preventing the Zerg player from going into Mutalisks at all is usually a pretty good thing. These are going to take a third base, okay, here on La Mancha. The reason it's called La Mancha is because there's a windmill in the middle. It is I, Don Quixote, the man of La Mancha. My destiny calls and I go. That is from The Man of La Mancha, a musical about Don Quixote. Ah, literature. Interesting to know and be aware of literature. So, no major attacks, I would say, in the first 10 minutes here. It's like, there's been some feints, there's been some attacks, and then pullbacks, which is what a feint is. Spire is on the way, but again, that's mostly going to be for Scourge and trying to deal with... Oh yeah, trying to deal with observers. Zealots pulling back. Like, we don't have any High Templar with us, and this is a heck of a lot of Hydralisks with amazing upgrades. Oh, the third dude. Effort is just gonna... Is he just gonna get the third base? Does he know about the... He's not just gonna get the third base, no. Alright, so Lurker burrows in. Does anyone have detection in this? Yes, he does. Observer joining the party. Storm left, Storm right. Zealots flanking. Lurker trying to get as much splash damage off as possible. Picking off that Observer with your Hydras before you go would be really nice, but it's not going to happen. There is just too much ground army from Bisu here to allow that. Yeah, no. Nope. Not going to happen, friends. Third base is saved against the Hydra and Lurker threat. There weren't a ton of Lurkers, so that's okay. Fourth base coming up, left side from Effort, but the third base is already done from Bisu, so we're on equal counts at the moment. Equal base counts. Going melee attack. Yeah, Lings, once they have 3-3 and Adrenal, they really start to just shine in PvZ especially. They can jump on bases and kill them really fast. They trade very well against Zealots once they have that full suite of upgrades. They're really good against Dragoons. If they catch Storms to the face, they die, but so does everything Zerg has. But they're also fast enough to kind of Storm dodge and pick off individual High Templar as they go. So, Speedling, Crackling, good. It's a very good thing to have. Ooh, we've got drops. We're Lurker dropping, I see. Sniping that Observer sitting here, but there's cannons that defend against Lurkers in, like, really, really good positions to defend against Lurkers here. So Bisu is prepared. Be prepared. Oh, another Observer snipe. Very nice control there. Effort getting some work done right now. I like it. Sniping Observers makes Protoss nervous. They like being able to see things, see stuff, visible stuff and invisible stuff. Defiler Mound. Adrenal glands coming in. This is what we like to see. This is what we love to see from Zerg players against Protoss. Some Zerg players wouldn't have their Hive yet, wouldn't be getting Adrenal yet, would be trying to just go for more Hydras and Lurkers and trying to out-macro Bisu, but that is just not going to work. If you don't get something done with a really fast, like 2.5 base Hydra timing push before Storm is done, or maybe even after Storm is done, you're not going to beat him with that. You really need to start getting the Plague out, the Dark Swarm out, your upgraded Lings out, and then good things will happen to you at that point. If you just try to go Hydra Lurker, your odds of winning are substantially less. But Adrenal Glands being done is nice. On the other side, I mean, it's just a really nice, well-rounded composition of Dragoons, Zealots, and High Templar with detection. You're going to supply block the Overlord count by killing Overlords. Alright, Lurker's getting some nice splash damage off here, but they don't have any Dark Swarm to protect them. Consume is not done yet. So the Lurkers die, and then there's a response, but I think it's, I mean, saving the Storms for the Lings. How about that? But the reinforcements, the Defender's advantage kicking in immensely here. Ooh, from Effort. He does shove back a little bit. Bisu doesn't want to continue in. He's got, oh my gosh, he has so much Storm available. I'm honestly surprised he pulled back when he did, but maybe he wants to protect his fourth base at the 12 o'clock, or maybe go for a less defended base up at the top left, because that's what this is. There's a Nidus Canal for instant reinforcement if you want to come over here. This is an interesting place to set up, too. What are you doing, Bisu? Friend? Roman countryman? Ooh. Dark Templar on the way from Le Bisu. Zerglings trying to get a nice flank off, but there's just too much supporting stuff. Against, against a handful of Dragoons, sure, Zerglings are going to be great, but if there's Zealots chomping at you and High Templar storming you all over the place, that's not going to work for you. And that's just not enough Lings, man. Effort is in a lot of trouble. Bisu's at 189 supply. Effort is at 144. This doesn't seem like it's going to work out, but Consume, all right. The Consume changing the game here. As usual. So Dark Swarms the Lurkers. Dark Swarms the Lings jumping in. The Zealots are at the back. They can't get in here actually on time. They have to pull back along with the Dragoons. Getting inside the Dark Swarm. Dragoon down, dudes. Getting those High Templar. Okay, so forcing into an Archon, but the Archon's going to die here too. Not even happening. And as usual, Dark Swarm, the ultimate in game-changing technology for the Zerg player. Protoss, it's going to be Storm. Once Storm is done, everything changes for them. And for Zerg, it's Dark Swarm. Everything changes for them. And not coincidentally, there are complaints about Dark Swarm from non-Zerg players, and there are complaints about Storm from non-Protoss players. It's how it works. Good spells, good powerful spells are everything in StarCraft Brood War, and they will get complaints that they are imbalanced because they are so good. But that's the intent. That is the intent of Storm. The developers of Brood War wanted Storm, well, wanted spells to be game-changing, right? They didn't want just huge armies moving at each other. And Warcraft 2 is a big part of that as well. There are some good spells. Bloodlust is a great spell. Blizzard's a great spell. Death and Decay, great spell. Exorcism, is that what it's called? I want to say it's the Paladin's Exorcism play. Okay, that shuttle just died. That was kind of a set it and forget it drop from Bisu, and it just got wiped out. So Effort is he's doing some good things. He's staying alive. He's dealing with drops. He's droning up. He's at 60 drones. Continuing to get those upgrades for those Lings. They've got the Adrenal. They've got the Dark Swarm protection. They've got the +2 armor. See what I'm saying about these Lings running by? I don't know. I mean, there's High Templar here, and yeah, we're just going to storm the bridge, and Zealots are going to hold it. Thank you for asking. 12 or 6 o'clock base from Effort going to get absolutely wiped out there. There's just not enough army to save it. So that's a big deal. I'm kind of surprised he didn't expand down here. I feel like that would have been a more convenient base to expand to. But yeah, man. Adrenalings. Pretty good units. Really, really good units, actually. Reavers in production. Once you're at this stage of the game, just adding Reavers. Oh my gosh, another drop gets wiped out by Scourge. Effort is preparing for these drops exceptionally well. And kind of getting lucky with them, too. Bisu is usually a little bit more attentive with that sort of stuff, but I guess he's been too busy dealing with, groups of Lings. Does he have Plague? Oh, man, that's a full energy defiler that's going to die. Okay, so Effort's not super paying attention either. That's something Artosa talks about a lot with Tasteless, is sometimes you're just not on the right screen. Plague, does get tossed down here. Chase it away. While being plagued are these Dragoons. They got +3 attack and nothing else going for them. So actually the 2/2 upgrades on the Hydras and the Lings are better. Ultralisk Cavern on the way too. Love that. But yeah, you can only be looking at one thing at a time in StarCraft. You can do your best, right? You can do your best to try to be everywhere at once, but you can't be everywhere at once. And as a result, this is just bad. This is really bad all of a sudden. Effort is trying to take this low ground top left base, but I don't know. I guess surrounds are always good for Zerg. Surrounds are always good for everyone. Let's not joke about it. You're going to surround on your enemy. They're going to have a hard time defending you. Oh, man, so extra. Plague going down here too. Lurkers burrowing at the front. Scourge, I think, did catch a couple observers there. Oh, no, actually, they're just backing out. They are backing out, baby. Zealot says, they're based out here again? And the answer is no, but yes. Well, no, but yes. Chitinous plating. Working on more defilers. Working on that Scarab damage upgrade. 25 more damage per Scarab is such a huge upgrade. It's like a 25% upgrade to damage. I'm not a math major, but if you take 100 damage and add 25 to it, is that a 25% increase? Or is that not how that works? Plague up. Reavers getting their shots off against the Lurkers because splash damage is not negated by Dark Swarm, and the Reavers are basically a lot of splash. Scourge catch an Observer, but there are still 2 Observers remaining. Lurker's not going to be as good as they want to. Scourge, they get another Observer there. Okay. That's kind of a big deal right now. Kind of a big deal. Hydra's desperation. Hydras and Lurkers coming from the south right now. Is there enough? The drone count at this 5th base is just utterly displeased with the current state of things. Defiler gets sniped. Shuttle keeping the Reavers alive. And that Hydra, that combination of Storm Reaver is disgustingly good against Hydralisks. How much? Okay, we're out of Storm. That's good for effort, but he loses the hatch. He loses the hatchery right when the tide turns into his favor. Another couple seconds there. He could have kept the hatch alive and killed the incoming enemy. The 6 o'clock base is going to die to DTs and Zealots. There's really no saving this. And by that I mean there's really no saving this because there's just too many DTs with big swings. And yeah, effort just keeps getting knocked back to 4 bases over and over again. Effort, I mean, he's doing his best right now, but Bisu just kind of winning. Bisu hasn't really had a base super threatened today, which needs to change. If Effort's going to win this game, he needs... Oh, okay, Storm drop. Storm drop top left. Another great... Oh my gosh, that was just... See, that is what the intended play was for those shuttles earlier. Knocking him 38 drones. He was at 60. Does he have another one? Okay, I need to... Let me see that High Templar. Oh. The Scourger fast, but the shuttle with the speed upgrade is fast as well. And then Hydra's on the high ground. All right, so the High Templar dies. I'm going to say he got about 20 kills probably. But somehow enough money to make 7 Ultralisks at a time for effort right now. Holy smokes. That's a lot of Los Ultralisks. And the Reaver count is... Because Reavers are going to be really important here against the Ultras. Big, humongous swings that negate the vast majority of the armor that Ultras have. And that is their trick, is their armor. 9 Ultralisks at a time? What? What is happening? How do you have enough money for 9 Ultralisks at a time, Effort, you wizard? You wizard of a Zerg player. I was feeling bad for you. I was feeling like, okay, Bisu has claimed another Zerg victim today. But then he made 9 Ultras, and I was like, oh. Maybe don't engage without the Ultras? I don't know. I'm no expert. Yeah, pull up, pull out. Are we dropping the Ultras? No, we're sending those out for other reasons. We're trying to bait out storms. Maybe trying to bait out storms so the Ultralisks don't take the storms direct. Storm's also good against Ultras. Like I said, there's no reason to not have Storm against Zerg. If they go mass Ultralisk, guess what? Storm is really good stuff. Where are they, though? Hey, Ultras, we need you to join this party. Nice Plague. Are you? No, he's hiding them down here. They're not stuck. Oh, he's going... Oh, Nidusing up to the top. Oh, just kidding. Nidusing back down. All right, man. Dark Swarm, Ultralisks, Reavers in the house. Only one, though. Kind of like this. Bisu doesn't want to fight it. On the right side, Ultralisk's doing very well here, and suddenly, Effort has a supply lead on Bisu, where it's been Bisu's show for the last 10 minutes or so. Okay, never mind, just made a bunch of Zealots and High Templar and Dragoons. There was an advantage to those High Templar dying are a big deal. Oh man, High Templar dying is huge. Zealots. But all these are definitely fully upgraded cracklings. You can't deal with us. We will murder all of you and all of your dogs. The problem for Bisu is he hasn't been able to expand for a bit. And Effort has. Effort lost this base, it's back. He lost this base, it's back. And he's kind of being denied from being allowed to expand again. That's a 4 High Templar shuttle. And I mean, that's just... That is brutal. Down to 47 workers again. The Scourge are chasing you. You're not getting out of here alive. Yeah, so if Bisu is on 4 bases, and Effort is kind of controlling the map and keeping Bisu away from locations where he wants to be, then that's a win. That's a major win for Effort. And I mean, one that's gonna work, right? You starve your opponent out, you're gonna win about 90% of the time if you still have money. Nope, nope. Yes, yes, yes. Run, drones, run. There is, a High Templar in there. And he ends up getting some storms off, and then Scourge wipe out the rest of it. So, I don't know. Effort is down 40 supply after all of this. But this income, okay, it's not really happening right now. But it is going to quite nicely. I'm really shocked Bisu hasn't expanded down here yet. It's kind of his only option, right? If he's going to expand again, it needs to be this base, which is why there's a handful of lings down here. And Bisu's like, I lost my whole army, so I'm a little bit wary about moving out here. Scourge, just what are you trying to find here? I guess they were looking for obs, but they were in the wrong location for you boys, unfortunately. All right, man. This feels... Okay, big battle coming up here, and it has arrived. Ultralisks, Reavers, Zealots, Archons, Dragoons, Lings all over the house right now. This is not going well for Effort, though. He is just getting too overwhelmed. He's pulling back to the Zealots. I mean, rather to the Zealots and to the Lurkers, but no. It is too much here. Bisu able to get up there. Basically back up to maxed out, and then has come for a move with the Reavers. Great control there. With the Storm, worker count knocked down to 50 again for Effort. He's making more Hydra to try to deal with this comp. He's got more Lurkers too. And Effort can afford to lose this space because he has the 6 o'clock and Bisu is not expanding. So keep in mind, this is looking bad for Effort, but if he can stay alive, I think he can do pretty well here. He can still win this game. I'm not calling it for him. He's played very well so far today. Bisu's played like Bisu, which is just like an A+ every single time. I don't know if I've ever cast a Bisu game where I'm like disappointed in how he played. Has he lost matches? Yeah. Is it because I think he played poorly? Never. Okay, Reaver down, but Scarab still hits. Coming up this ramp is going to be a pretty bad time. And Bisu pulling back, but D2 is at the 6 o'clock. Ling's there to kind of save the day. Oh my gosh, that Dark Templar's got 6 kills. Down to 35 drones. 35 drones. Bisu's like, I really need to expand. The Lings are like, I know you do. We're very aware of that. The Overmind knows you need to expand, and this is where Bisu's like, all right, 6 o'clock base needs to die, or... Which he's up 60 supply, so like it seems pretty possible he's going to kill the 6 o'clock base. Bunch of Ultralisks, Lurkers, Hydras coming over to try to save it. Across the bridge, though, but there's no storm with this army from Bisu. All of a sudden, I don't know about this. The storm is lagging behind, and maybe it's going to get here in time, and it kind of is. Actually, going to double storm that Lurker real fast. Don't mind us. We don't have any detection. It doesn't matter. Storm. Where's Dark Storm? Storm on that. Duda storms on that. This is a very close battle. Is there enough here from Effort to stop it? I don't know that there is. There is an Archon. There are a handful of Dragoons. High Templar are in the neighborhood. We're morphing in an Archon right on the battlefield. Archons are trying to take down this hatchery, but no. The Lings and the Ultras save it this time around. Backed into a corner. These Dragoons go down here too. Effort's only at 80 supply, but Bisu's only at 131, and Bisu has not been able to take this 5th base yet. This is incredibly tight here. Over the next couple of minutes, if Effort loses this base, he might just straight up lose this game. Bisu really likes this attack path. This is his favorite attack path to be in. And once again, just kind of unload here. Gonna lose a High Templar. Pretty good. Okay, all right. Another High Templar down. Okay, 2 drones die, but man, that is 4 High Templar down. And a shuttle down for maybe a couple drones. And look at this income. 27 drones. There's 59 for Bisu, but this is mined out. This is mined out. This is mined out. And there's only 4 mineral patches at this 12 o'clock for Bisu. As Effort, my gosh, is he gonna do this? This has been an insanely good ZVP. Thanks for observing this back in 2016, Hero, and having the replay available in your replay pack. I do very much appreciate it. Man, 3/2/2 Archons. Is there enough down here to defend? There are premature Dark Swarms tossed up to deal with this. Probes are heading down this way. They're going to try to expand that direction while this attack is happening, which is genius. Zealot account is pretty high. Zealot count pretty high. Scourge catching. They do not catch the shuttle. Good control there from Bisu. Ling's coming around the top side. Reavers getting big hits off, but also Reavers continuing to take hits. Reavers are kind of squishy. They hit hard, but they take big hits too. Lurker's trying to come in right now. It is 500 minerals for effort. Bisu has 42 minerals in the bank right now. This is what it's going to come down to. Everything's been plagued. More sets of Lings, more Hydras in production here as well. Drones have to evacuate the premises. They can probably head over to that 9 o'clock and keep things going for a bit. But if Bisu gets this base up and continues on this rampage that he's on, he's still up big time in overall supply, but suddenly the reinforcements for effort are coming from the left side, and they're kind of catching the Protoss army out piecemeal a little bit here. That's not good. That is not good at all. The High Templar getting sniped. A couple of good storms do go down, but Ling's jumping on, and I think Effort has just done this, ladies and gentlemen. That's your GG, and Effort is your winner. In 31 minutes and 11 seconds, Effort takes down Bisu in an insanely good PvZ here on La Mancha. Do we want to epic tag that one? I kind of feel like any game where the losing or the winning player has 50 supply and 20 drones, and this is mined out too. Dude, I did not realize how much this base was mined out. I mean, I guess he had enough money to expand here, but he doesn't have a hatchery yet, and this thing is dead too. His income is bad, but it's not as bad as Bisu's is, and that's why he wins. Yeah, what cost Bisu this game was not getting that 5th. I feel like there were windows where he could have sent down a little expeditionary force and a probe and taken a Nexus here. He just chose not to. He chose to continue to drop, to push. He did kill a ton of hatcheries today. I think he killed this one twice. I think he killed this one twice too. Never really got into the main base at all. Never killed any tech structures, which is extremely good for effort. And then, yeah, just macro hatches. Incredible APM here. Incredible APM from effort. He was macroing his face off while microing at the front as well as I've ever seen him do it. I mean, I don't know what else to say about this game. That was something. I'd love to ask Bisu what he was thinking not taking this base sooner. It's a little bit far from home. And it's pretty easy for effort to access from here, right? It's a dangerous place to expand to on this map. But get some cannons up, get some High Templar there, get some Reavers there. You can defend a base for pretty much ever against Zerg with that setup. Yeah, and no Protoss bases died today. That is interesting. Like, it's very rare to have a game where Protoss loses 0 Nexuses and kills, what, 4 hatcheries total today, maybe a 5th in there somewhere, and loses the game. That is rare. That is a rarity for sure. So end of the day, 273,000 points for Bisu, 275 for effort. Very close indeed. Almost produced 1,000 Zerg units. Killed about 300 of them. Ended up 3-7 kill death ratio there for Bisu. Again, tight game. Effort was not happy about where he was at the end of the game, and when Bisu tapped out, I'm sure he was extremely pleased and kind of surprised. Yeah, buildings raised here. Effort raised 1 building today. 1. And he wins. Crazy pants. And resources here did outspend the Protoss by about 3,000, closer to 4, which I would normally say that's not enough, but he kept Bisu on the 4 bases for so long, it made the difference. Excellent. Wow, super, super good. All right, man. So that right there is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. And an epic game? Let me know in the comments if you think it's epic. I think I'll epic tag it. If you guys disagree, we can talk about it. But yeah, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. I'm here 5 times a week with StarCraft Brood War content. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch. All at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.